Start it off. You want me to start off? Y'all start off. Shit, I've yelled enough tonight and talked enough. Go ahead, Dave. You got a good question.
How glad are you that Rayburn pulled out of the draft in time?
Well, that's not even. Don't even. Hey, I'm glad Ray's playing well. Glad Ray can make some shots because we need him. It's very obvious. I think of all the games, this was one that, as you can tell, we have no margin for error really when we're emotionally and ready. When we're not playing with emotion and energy and toughness, and hey, you're going to be fortunate to win any games. And that's kind of the way that was tonight. I didn't think from. I kind of sensed it a little bit. I understand there's never a reason. Holidays, Thanksgiving, all that. That scoreboard doesn't understand it's Thanksgiving and it's holiday. And that other team don't for sure. And like I say, you got to show up every night ready to play with some energy and motion because we got no margin for that, like I said earlier. And didn't think we had that. And never really got it going.
Did you sense it during the game?
No, I sensed it before the game. Just, you got some, it's a bunch of different people and a bunch of different new roles and hadn't been there and don't understand. Just don't understand that every game everybody's pretty good and understand what we are. I mean, we got no margin for error. And the one thing we got to be able to do is play with some emotion and energy. And we just never didn't have it. We stood around. They played something different tonight. A little soft man sagged off of us a bunch, separate, and nobody moved. And it seemed like it's one pass and a quick shot because I'm open. Well, sometimes that's a good shot, but some of the situations that first open shot's not a good shot. And we had way too much of that.
The overtime gets a free throw line. You hit all those free throws, like 9
well,
or 10.
To our credit, I mean, we could have folded many times in that game. And I'll take the positives from that we didn't give up, got down 10 in the second half, and found a way to fight back, got back in the game, zone helped us get back in it. And we made free throws down the stretch, Cody and Brian for the most part. We had a really bad play with 2.5 seconds to go, Again, it's a situation who's told Brian, just hold the ball, the game's over. You don't even have to throw it. Just dribble back the other end, the game's over. But we throw it away with 2.5 seconds to go and give them another chance. And I'll take any responsibility for letting them shoot a three. I didn't tell them to foul, and we didn't foul. And, and I'll tell you why I didn't foul, because it don't matter, because you all know I foul every time in that situation. And I didn't foul, and that's what happened. So that's not their fault for that situation there. Just never should have been in it. Shouldn't have been in it.
Talk about Cody. He had 11, but
what's his stats?
He had 11 points. 6 of them were overtime. 4 at the free throw line. He started backing up there in the paint, getting there, big back kind of some trouble.
Cody wasn't very good tonight from a standpoint of scoring. I don't know what his stats were. If I could, don't say it wasn't very good. I just know what his stats. I don't remember him making many shots. I remember the first half him shooting a lot of shots, not making much. That's what I can remember about seeing stats. I don't know exactly what it was. I know he had a big play. He got a big play late in that game. They went zone, and we got it to him inside. I don't know if he scored the basket or got fouled. He got 2 free throws there. It was a huge play for him. But we were more efficient when he went to 5 spot for sure. We became more efficient.
Did it frustrate you that they were able to turn it into a half-court game in your building? I mean, it didn't seem like you were able to get out and go at all.
Well, we can't. That don't frustrate me because we can't change the flow of a game consistently. Now we can't do that. We don't have that. We're just not that way. To do that, you better get stops to get out and play in transition, and we never got enough stops consistently to get out and play in transition. What frustrated me was just our inefficiencies. They're really both ends. Not being able to stop people, not being efficient enough offensively. Again, I have no idea what the stats are. Does anybody have any clue what the stats were? Greg, anybody?
You got some points written on your
Do what?
On the sheet right here, it gives you some points. We got all the totals written down on points.
I got no idea what percentages were. This kind of stuff, no. So, I know it wasn't very good. I don't know if I look at stats, I know what that was. It wasn't very good.
You mentioned the zone, but this wasn't a passive zone, it was a very aggressive zone. It really kind of changed.
Well, we tried to get on shooters. I mean, hey, you're down 10, you got to change something. What we're doing, they were cutting us up, dribbling that ball by us, and Elgin couldn't move. You all saw him, just can't move. He couldn't move, and Cody couldn't guard number 3. He couldn't guard that cat, and they were beating us on that dribble and way too many times. So we had to change. And took the dribble away from them, made them a 3-point shooting team. I think at that point we charted. I know they were 6 for 20. From the time we went zone and through the end of the game, there was 20 possessions of zone. They scored 6 times. If I'm correct, they made 1 3 out of the zone. They made that last 3 in regulation out of man.
A lot of uncontested putbacks tonight, Rick. Just
A whole bunch of them, wasn't it?
was that
Planned. I didn't plan that now. No, I didn't plan it, didn't want it. They dribble penetrate. That old guy slide off that 5 guy. Wendell Elgin slide over trying to give help too much. Throw it off the rim. That old cat get it, put it back in. Because of the dribble again. That dribble got in that lane way too many times. And that's what they do. They dribble drive. And we didn't handle that dribble very well. Again, that's being ready defensively, ready to guard.
You talked about coming into the season that it was just kind of a mix and match group trying to get through these first 9 games. Is this the kind of ball game you were talking about?
Well, we're just trying to survive them all. There's no question about that now. As long as we can survive with a W, we'll move on. Nothing's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, this bunch. And I thought we'd made some progress in the Detroit game. I thought we'd gotten better in a lot of areas. Tonight we didn't slip. We slipped back. And again, emotionally, it was just a lackluster performance energy-wise. And again, we have no margin for error.
Rick, you say you don't start your best 5 players often, but has Brian Bryant maybe played his way into that, where you get him in there early?
I don't worry about that. He gets in there early. He gets in at that first sub. Probably if you look at the stats again tonight, he probably played 45 minutes. He probably played 28 to 30 minutes again. Okay. So I don't worry about who starts. I mean, we got 9 guys we play, and those guys that finish up in there at different times are guys that you're going to depend on when it gets crunch time.
With the success you had out of the zone, do you think you might use a little bit more of that going forward?
Well, you got to pull that Band-Aid out certain times. I mean, you can't use it consistently, but certain times it's helped us different times in all these games so far. If you play it consistently, it wouldn't be as effective. Certain times that game is effective for us. It may become something with Elgin. We got to try to play it just because he cannot move. And if you'll watch people, what they do to us, they ball screen with that 5 guy. How many times that 5 guy setting the ball screen, which makes Elgin have to help on it, guard that screen. And that dribble, man, just kills us coming off that thing way too many times. And zone takes that away now, for sure. There's other holes in it. If the other team doesn't find those holes or exploit it as much, then you're okay. And tonight we was able to survive it.
Is that good?
All right, guys. Well, happy Thanksgiving, man.